All right. Where we last left off, for anybody who would watch this on Twitch, since I had audio issues last time, Big Tune had just seen Sephek have an interaction with a small child who tried to pickpocket the one of the Torga's, one of their dog sleds full of merchandise. And if I remember correctly, Ibrin is in the crowd. Athros is with Rini at a different stand, and or is it Ono?
No.
And
Ono and Arini are at one stand.
And oh yeah, Athros and Big Tune were somewhere nearby each other, and Ibram was going to keep an eye on Big Tune, and is currently not because of the perception check, but he is there in the crowd doing his Ibram thing, which I guess brings us to current events here. So Big Tune, you have just witnessed Sephek Kaltro stopping this child, seemingly appearing out of nowhere through mist, grabbing the kid by the back of the neck and saying, "Where do you think you're going?"
Well, I guess for maybe like a beat or two, I kind of want to just watch for a second before I really fully react, because I don't know exactly what's happening. First of all, I'd probably be fairly, I don't want to say shocked, but like surprised. Oh, dude can indeed move without us seeing it.
Okay. So, as you kind of watch these events unfold, you see Big Tune holding this child by the neck. The child himself kind of flails about. Let go of me! You have merchandise from cart. Give back. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything at all from that cart. You can't prove anything. And you see Sephek form, seemingly out of nowhere, a small dagger made of ice. It don't have to go this way, small child. Give me back what came off cart. And the child kind of goes quiet as you see Sephek kind of poke the dagger, not like aggressively, but sort of as like a,
Threateningly?
a threateningly would be the proper term, into the child's, into his side. And the kid pauses. His friend who was with him, seemingly long gone.
So I have a clear sight line, right?
You do, yes. It's like right at the edge of an alleyway.
Okay. I guess once I see him, make this dagger appear out of nowhere, I mean, how far away would you say he is?
Good question. 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so well within, like, I don't have to be like screaming at the top of my lungs. Just like a regular like shout would work, correct?
You should be able to shout. Since it is merchant time, you might have to shout a little bit louder. Like there's a bunch of people around you.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'd be aware of the the necessity for that. So yeah, I guess I would just kind of shout like, "Hey, what are you doing out there? Leave them alone!" And just kind of start slowly, like step by step. I guess that's how you walk anyway. One step at a time. Make my way towards, I guess, what I'm assuming like in between us would be the whole merchant stand, right?
Yeah, so between you and him right now is the merchant stand, and then they have their dog sleds behind that merchant stand, and then from there it's like a straight shot to the alleyway.
Okay, yeah.
But we're safe to assume that on either side of their stand is like a small gap between stalls.
Correct.
Yeah, like I could easily walk through if I had to.
Yeah, there's several stands, and there's about a 3 to 4 foot gap between each of them, if not more. So you would be able to go around their stand directly.
With him yelling and screaming, would the rest of us hear that?
All of you make perception checks. Let's see if you hear them. There's a lot of people out here right now.
That's fair.
Do you want to make one for Athros?
I will, and since he's close to you, he would actually get advantage on his.
Okay.
I am going to cast guidance on myself. Actually, Irini, did you already roll? Shoot,
Yeah.
shit.
I don't think I heard shit.
You're good.
Yeah, my rolls are continuing from last week. Apparently, I'm just really into this conversation I'm having with this merchant here.
I'm paying attention.
So Athros would hear Big Tune and kind of look over to the side and see Sephek. And oh no, you would also hear Big Tune, very distinguishable from everybody else in the crowd in that regard. You're able to pick him up pretty quickly. As far as Irini and Ibrin, you both are unable to distinguish Big Tune from everybody else.
I am locked in like a halfway between like I want to finish this transaction and run and see what the heck's going on. So I quickly, Irini, I think there's might be trouble. Big Tune's yelling. Something's wrong. Also, I definitely want all of these kits.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we can't do this business transaction within the next, like, half of a second, I mean, like, already have, like, a small stack of gold in my hand.
The total for hold on, I gotta think of what his voice was.
That's right. Get back into the game.
Well, I can't go back and hear myself, so.
I know. Oh, Jesus. Deep cut.
Yeah, the if you want all of these kits, the total for that is going to come to about 540 gold.
What? That's ridiculous. This is literally like one of them's 10 gold, the other one's at least 7 gold. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Hey,
Come on.
times are hard up here.
Times are hard.
Gotta make it ends meet.
Oh, we're not even on a highway, and I can't even declare this highway robbery. I'm gonna come back.
You can come back.
I appreciate that. Rini, let's go.
All right, Big Tune, you said you were going to, you were shouting at him, and then you were going to slowly make your way around the stand. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, just kind of like waiting to see what his reaction is, if he even, for one, heard me.
Ooh, actually, that's a good question.
If he's too focused on molesting that little child.
He turns around. Child's still grabbed by the back of their neck. He seamlessly, is almost like, not so much picks up the child, but has no issue guiding the child around. So you see this kid looking scared out of his mind. Sephek with a dagger near his side, but not... it's more menacing than actual impact. What do you want? I am finishing business with small child here.
Why do you have a dagger to that small child?
Fair question.
Child stole item from our cart.
Okay, that's understandable, and I understand that you guys are in the business and all, but that's no reason to be peacocking your little blade around there for no reason when you could just as easily take it away from them.
Can I try another perception check?
I'll give you another one. I'll give you advantage this time.
Gotta be here.
Because you can hear, there's an altercation, going on.
Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? What are you
Ibrin,
looking
you are
at?
so focused. You know what?
So
Ibrin,
stupid.
make a sleight of hand check. You're so focused on something. I need to give you something here.
Are you polishing a dagger?
Give yourself an extra 10 gold pieces.
What?
Wait!
You're just, you're so focused on the people in the crowd here. You're not focused on anybody else, and you managed to sneak about 10 gold pieces from a few, total of 10 gold pieces from a few different people.
You are too busy pickpocketing. I love this.
Child won't admit they have item. I'm not about to go through person's own belongings. At this point in time, I want child to admit they took item. And the child looks at him and looks at you. Please help.
I'll look to the kid. Well, did you take it?
That's fair.
I mean, for one, by the way, didn't I see this kid take it?
Oh yeah, you definitely saw this kid take something.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll just kind of leave it at that for now.
I didn't take anything. I didn't take anything at all from their cart.
Dude, I saw you take it. You, man, you've been had. I didn't care before he got there. Would not have cared. But he's here. You might as well just give it back. Your life is better than whatever the hell you took.
You don't understand. I need this.
Why do you need it?
Because it's the only thing I have left of my mom.
Insight check that little shit.
Yeah, you know,
I'm sorry. I'm
I-
a
Yeah,
fine
you
line
can-
between
if you
street
want to.
urchin honesty. Like,
yeah, I have to make sure I believe this kid first before I
Oh yeah, no, I get
try
it.
to cite him.
oh yes.
The kid's lying through his teeth.
Okay.
Of course.
He begins like flailing, like trying to break free from Sephek's grasp, but doesn't seem to make much purchase. Look,
Dude.
if kid don't give back items, someone has to pay for item. Otherwise, kid goes to authorities. Kid should go to authorities anyway.
That's fair, but that doesn't mean you can hold a nice dagger to him. Or a dagger to him.
You were accurate on the first one.
Well, yeah, but I don't know that I would necessarily know that. Anyways,
You witnessed him materialize it, right?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's no reason to hold any sort of weapon towards him. You know, he is just a child after all. I understand if you want to take him to the authorities. However, you know, if he says that this is the last thing that he has from his mom, how much is whatever it is that he took?
200 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
Oh, kid, give that shit back.
Yeah, dude, come on, man. I looked at the little kid, dude. Just it ain't worth it right now. We can work on it. We'll get it for you later. Got some things in the pipeline that I can try to help you out, but I'm telling you, man, it's not going to be worth it. Because if you keep this thing, it ain't going to end well for you.
Have Rini and I gotten around the stalls to Big Tune?
Yeah, I would say you guys are at this point. You'll be within like 10 feet of Big Tune. Big Tune, roll a persuasion check.
Damn, I'm not close enough.
The kid, the kid sighs, and you see him rummage through his pocket and hold the necklace up in the air. Here, take it back. I don't want to die here today.
Now, will you let him go? As I look to Sephek, will you let him go now that he's given it back to you?
You see Sephek take the item. You see the dagger that he had in his hand dematerialize into mist and kind of evaporate into the air as he reaches down with that hand and grabs the necklace that that was taken from him, or that's up in the air right now. And as he gets the necklace, he lets go of the child, who immediately takes off like back behind Sephek into the alleyway, and is like making his way out of sight.
Can I like fully approach him? I don't know how close you we were thinking I was here.
I would say you're within I'd say probably between 20, 15 feet.
Yeah, like I'd like to approach him then and just, it's like, I mean, aside from at the Northlook or yesterday at the market square here, he probably hasn't seen much of me or knows who I am or anything. So I would like to walk up and introduce myself, holding out a hand for him to for a handshake. Hey, hi, I'm Big Tune. I'm sorry that I was cross. I just really don't like seeing innocent people killed for stuff that could have been resolved a different way.
At this point, just going forward, Irini and oh no, you will, like, everything that Big Tune's saying, you can easily hear within your shot. Sephek would look down at your hand, look up at you, and he would eventually, after maybe a decent pause, shake it back. Sephek Kaltro. I work for Torga. It's all right. You have good heart.
What was so, like, what makes this necklace so valuable that it's worth 200 gold? Like, what's what's going on with it.
Times are hard up here in North. To make ends meet, sometimes prices need to inflate.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad to see that nobody got hurt and that we could resolve this conflict peacefully.
As you look him in his bright, like glowing blue eyes, he nods. Innocent blood shouldn't be spent when there is guilty blood out there instead.
So let's look him dead in the eyes and just say, "You agree?"
That's some cold shit.
Like unwaveringly look him in the eye, just like absolutely just burn it into his skull if I can.
Oh, and he would return in the same, just giving you that same stare back. So Irini and Ono, you would see a stare down. Ibrin, I want you to make another perception check with advantage. It's quieted down a bit in the square with this confrontation. So
there's like a thirst trap going on in front of Irini and I.
Besides myself, what is Aethros doing? Because I see he's joined the party now.
So Aethros also would have joined Big Toon and Irini and Ono. And you would see all four of them. I would say everybody's within about 25 feet of Sephek Kaltro. Big Toon being the person up in front who's within 5 feet of him because they shook hands. So everyone's within. They're at the point of this conversation. But you would finally see them as the crowd died down a little bit with this altercation.
I'm going to work my way on the side of the stand that they'll be able to visibly see me, but also at the same time to where I can mainly be within earshot. I really don't want Sephek to see me. So I'll have like my hood up and still continue to look at this marketplace, this merchant, their wares and stuff, but mainly focusing on eavesdropping on their conversation here.
Okay. So Big Toon, you and Sephek are locked in this, I guess almost like a battle of the minds in the form of a stare, as Irini and Ono. What are the two of you doing?
Oh, I am desperately reading the situation here.
I would imagine I'm just standing there, just kind of looking at them and looking down at Ono. Like, should we like intervene or?
I said I would like this to turn into I want to know who blinks first.
I mean,
I imagine Ono just whipping out notes and being like, why are your eyes blue? Why are you what?
I actively do have paper and pen out, but I'm not writing anything down. If anything, I'm absorbing and I'm trying to analyze him. Can I? Speaking of analyze him,
Kind of whisper down to him. Who do you think's gonna blink first?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my experience, I've definitely seen Big Two go at least a full 10 minutes without blinking, but that was like because we were indoors and he was like enjoying the warmth.
Big Toon, I want you to make a Constitution check.
If there's anything that I'm good at, it's that.
I want to be close to him to tap him, but we're not close enough.
Get closer. Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ!
Blink immediately.
God
So
damn it!
this goes on for at least a solid 2 minutes of the two of them staring at each other. Honestly, it's to a point where even the crowd behind, like the stand, like the crowd of people starting to kind of murmur to themselves because the two of them are just staring at each other until Big Toon blinks. After about 2 minutes of staring, Sephek still unwavering.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Is there something you need from me, sir?
No, I don't need anything from you. But that being said, as long as you stay out of trouble, and I guess we stay out of trouble, then I don't think our paths are going to have to cross again. But if they do, then until we do, And I kind of, start to turn away and head back towards the market square.
Innocent blood shan't not be spilled. And he, as you turn around, he says that, and as you turn back, you see that what's left in his place is nothing more than a bit of mist as he disappears from sight. I will say, oh no, I'm gonna have you roll a perception check.
I would absolutely love to. I'm guiding myself.
Man, I was one. Oh, jeez.
Boom, 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 boys and girls.
So
One away from absolute pass.
oh no, you would see that he, while other people would have seen him disappear out of sight, you see that he merely moved about 30 feet back into an alleyway before rematerializing and disappearing down the alleyway.
All right, that is 2 instances of his short-range teleportation.
I just find it funny that the 6'9" cat here doesn't see it, but our little it's like, oh hey, he's over there.
My eyes are
I
dry
am
at this point.
Yeah, at this point I'm feverishly taking notes, and like everything that I've read from him and their interaction. Ooh, that was icy.
I figure after I see Sephek disappear, I'll rejoin the group.
And the group rejoins. All 5 of you are currently together between the Torg's merchant area and the alleyway.
Kitty, amazing, calm, cool, and collectedness. No pun intended. Amazing.
Try.
So who blinked first then? As I'm looking at Bicton.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's. I mean, it's cold outside. He could have farted. Who knows? You know, the data
Well,
shows.
Did you fart?
I did not.
Okay. All right.
He?
Well,
I'm not sure.
I'll put my left arm on his left shoulder and be like, ah, well, it's all right. But now that you guys officially met him, what do you guys think?
my
Am I
suspicion.
being over paranoid for no reason, or do you guys actually believe me a little bit now?
No. It's not like we didn't believe you. Your suspicions and fears are valid. I just feel like, there's a follow-up to this. Hold on. I feel like, yes, he's sinister, but he's got a code, so that could be advantageous. And
I feel like you may have not underestimated him or overestimated him, but I feel like you may have been underestimating us. While I understand and I see what you're talking about, I'm still not afraid.
Like I said, I've been around for a while. I like to just be more safe than sorry, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
I feel I am wavering on the fence for the both of you because I am unafraid of this man. 2, I am extremely intrigued by him, and moreover, his ability and his intentions. That being said, I don't dig his vibe at all. Like, you could have just ran the kid's pockets.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. Him going to violence first. That's all the more reason for us to take him down when the time comes.
Yeah. And as a side note, I'm afraid that I have a sneaking suspicion. No matter how many times we get in a staring contest with him, I don't think he's ever gonna blink.
Yeah.
Aethros, what do you think?
I think he's a chump. Not worried at all about him.
I love that confidence.
He's a chump.
I freaking love that confidence.
Yeah, we got this. I mean, there's what, 5 of us and 1 of him? I mean, come on.
Currently.
I'm not good at math, and I know that's good for us.
Okay. Should we head back to the bazaar or head to somewhere where we can kind of figure out what's going on, or should we follow him?
Well, I'm gonna need assistance from you, oh no, when we go back to the North Look, but Yeah, I mean, what do you think? What should we do?
I may be a bit too biased, so I will abstain.
I'm putting in your opinion in? I feel like I know what you're going to say.
If we just kill him here in the streets, then would we just be murderers?
Yeah, that's fair. He hasn't outright done anything other than scare the shit out of a little kid, which, to be fair, business-wise, the kid did steal from him, so he is doing his job appropriately. Though he did not return to his post, he has advantageously left his party. So, I feel like Big Tomb might be in the right here.
I can show you where I met him last night, but I would advise us doing anything now. I would say let's get another night's rest or something, gear up if we need to, get whatever we can, and then with our full force within the next 12 to 24 hours go after him.
I think it might be advantageous to talk to the lady back at the North Look too.
We still have hold on, what time is it right now?
About 10:30 in the morning. So the sun is like it's going back down from in the sky for the first
We've
round.
got 5 more minutes of sun left.
I would say you have about a half an hour. So
Okay.
it'll go down by 11.
Okay. So we said we can meet up with her later tonight. I'm still 50-50 on her as well, because she seethingly reeks of like straight up evil sorceress.
I understand that.
I don't trust their kind.
I'm more than willing and ready to take her out if she even thinks about turning on us.
I know, and that's the other thing. Is like I know we can take out Sephek. I'm confident we can take out Sephek, not in a shameless way, but in a very scientific and fun way that I have pages to write. No. Okay. Arini, thoughts? Yeah, I feel that.
That's about all that I got right now.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat. I don't know if we should rest. I also don't know if we should pass up this opportunity to, like, go after him. This might be it. Like, we could... not trying to say this one out loud. If we could take care of this situation now, while he's technically separated.
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
If we wait till later, he might be with the rest.
True.
Well, my guy's gonna get visibly angry when they bring up the lady at the North Look. I can show you where we had our nice little first confrontation. As far as he knows, I did indicate that the party I'm with, we would be going after the ogre, so I don't necessarily think he should see me. Otherwise, that's gonna arise suspicion, but if you guys are insisting on seeing where we met, I can show you where that was last night.
If you're concerned about him seeing you anywhere near there, is there a way that you could just give us directions to there so we could scout it out?
We're actually not too far away right now.
That's super convenient.
I'm gonna assume, Dakota, which way are we facing in the town?
You'd be facing the east. You'd be facing more towards the east gate, and the circled area is where the cold storage was. So you're in the west.
Does anybody have a map on them, or can I just point out?
I do, yeah, I do actually. Well,
I see the map open. I see.
I have a large map of the Icewind Dales in whole. I don't know if I have a specific map of Bryn'Shander.
I'm of the mind that.
Well, essentially, guys, I'm gonna turn around and look west.
Wait. Hear me out. Ebron, can you take to the roof, and as long as we're paying attention, one of us is paying, or if we alternate between us paying attention so it's not conspicuous and trying to follow you, Could you go by rooftop and at least you get a heads up what we might be approaching, just in case he's?
That was actually my plan yesterday, and I didn't really see anywhere that I could get up to with a good advantage angle without risking injury by slipping. I know I was able to do it in the last town we were in, but roofs are different here. Basically, guys, if you head west, and I'm going to point down the road here, if you look in the map, it's that one road that basically goes straight. If you go about 1,000 feet on the right-hand side, there's going to be a giant metal building that it'll have a small sign on it that says cold storage. That's essentially where it was. It's about 50 feet wide, 100 feet deep. And I made the mistake yesterday to actually fully go inside, and that's when he closed the door on me. And luckily I got away, but that's essentially what we're working with. So I could stay here in the market. I could look for some other stuff if anyone's looking for anything. I can tail behind you guys, but
I was gonna say, did you wanna stay in the area of the cold storage? That way, by poor grace, if we don't come back immediately, because at least for me, unless he's sleeping in the middle of the room, I don't necessarily plan on attacking him.
Can I make
Just
a
that
perception
minute.
check real quick?
For
Just want to make sure that we're not being heard.
yeah, go for it.
Sick.
you guys are screaming everything out
I
loud.
know, right?
No one since the altercation has ended. People seem to be kind of returning back to normal. You really don't have a lot of people really even paying you much mind, and you're off to the side a bit anyway. So anybody who would come close to you guys, you would be aware of. And so far, people have been leaving you alone.
I am steadily creeping into the realm of like, I think we should all just roll in there and see what's up.
My guy's kind of rubbing his beard with one hand. I do have another idea. Like I said, oh no, I'm gonna need your assistance when we get back to the Northlook. My room had a that I'm gonna kind of like
Why are
look
you sweating?
off to the side.
It's like
I
12
had a-
degrees outside. Why are
I
you
had,
sweating?
I had a moment of wanting to quote unquote rearrange it very violently, and might need some assistance fixing it.
Or a shelf or
when I
something? Did you flip a table?
just keep going, keep building
you
off
roll?
that.
Did you roll up a mattress or something?
Well, a lot of things have more pieces than originally.
You didn't dent the bedpan, did you?
The bed is no longer a single bed. It's like 16 pieces of a bed, and a lot of other things have a lot of other destruction in them. Anyway, the cold storage is actually what the town uses, and I saw the Northlook has some stock there. If we go back, we fix my room, we could ask the owner if he needs anything from there, and we can kind of use that as like, hey, we're sorry, he kind of had a rage moment type thing. We'll fix it and make up for it, because then if we do bump into him, we're there for whatever he writes down on a list for us to get. That
Agreed.
to me sounds like a good idea, and that way I can go with, because I'm with you guys in the party.
True.
Go back, admit to destroying their property only in the hopes that he gives us a task to go get stuff for him.
Well, I mean, we could certainly pay him to
I mean,
the damages as well.
You're gonna fix everything, so that's gonna make things at least okay again.
I
But
mean,
if I gotta splash a couple gold pieces, honestly, guys, I could splash a couple. I'm not doing like more than 5. It's ridiculous, but
there is a limit to my mending magic, but we will definitely try.
if I gotta pay, I gotta pay. But we'll see how things go. But that's kind of an idea I have. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we could just roll up there now. I could show you the cold storage and kind of point out where he wants it. But as soon as I walked in, that's when, the mist came, the room got smaller, and I kid you not, I started opening up the door and it froze on me.
I mean, It just sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Every time you say it, it just continually sounds awesome. I'm not trying to downplay your trauma. That was probably horrifically traumatic. Like, Sephek is attractive, but he's like, I get it. Like, it's an evil attraction. He's like, I'm a bad guy attractive.
I'm gonna kind of do like the Rock eyebrow raise thing, like, okay.
I get the whole, like, he's a man with a plan. I just totally get that. But he's a bad plan. It's all a bad plan. I don't know. Go after him or go away from him, giving him more time to do weird stuff.
Well,
I think he knows that at least somebody is keeping an eye on him at this point, so it wouldn't be the worst idea to go see if we can't find a legitimate reason to be at the cold storage as opposed to just casing the place.
Time frame from where we're at to the inn. How long would that by foot take us, like, right now? If we, like, not ran, but like quick footed it there.
I'd say most between 5 and 10 minutes. Depends on how fast you walk.
Well, do I know that Ono and Irini were at Torg's booth before they left? I would assume so, considering I was at the booth next to him.
I think that was the hashed out plan. That, like, you knew they were going to be there because that was what the plan was for them to be there.
And their prices are ridiculous. Like,
well,
honestly.
Did you guys figure out how long they would be in town for? Is it another 2 days, 3 days, a week? Because I mean, if we do have, let's just say, another 48 hours that they're going to be here, that gives us some time to prep. Since he's mainly their bodyguard or enforcer, I'll say. I mean, it's not like he's going to leave town.
I'm going through my notes. I think, DM, you said something to the effect of, like, their rotation between towns is, like, they're in a town for at least, like, 2 to 3 days.
Correct.
And this is technically, like, their second day, I think?
Minimum.
Because it was just last session, and also because my audio didn't record, Atina, the person who was talking to you in the inn, did say that they will be leaving town tomorrow.
Yes, okay. So, it's like we strike tonight.
We do know where they're headed.
And I mean, the market is open even after the sun goes down. Like, I'm guesstimating somewhere maybe like 3 o'clock, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, about 5 o'clock is when the market starts to wind down. They're technically open. After that is when each group decides their own time. When Torga and the gang came into the North Look at the end of their day, it was about 6:30 the other day, or yesterday, or whatever.
Okay. I like the going back to the inn plan. I think we should. I think we need to leave there and make moves well before it gets dark. I'm saying 3 o'clock at the latest. We should get out and start making moves, scope out, do things. Ooh. Chance that he could have been back, though. Yeah, let's go back.
Yeah, I like this plan, at least for now.
I want everyone to make a perception check.
Wow. When you say stuff like that.
Can mine have advantage?
This one's a normal roll.
Ooh, all right.
There it is.
I am on it. Oh.
I'm guiding myself.
Hey, I effectively doubled mine at least.
Oh, come on.
Oh no.
What?
So
Literally.
Like you went from your max to your lowest possible.
So I'm now face deep in notes. I'm like writing notes down. I'm going back between old notes. I'm making new dents in Sephek's page.
It would be Victoon, Irini, Ibrin, and Aethros.
Everybody me.
All of you, as your conversations kind of like you're formulating your plan, you see coming from it would be like the road from the southwest gate. So like as the crowd itself, you kind of see around where the crowd is, and you see someone being hauled. 2 guards. You see 2 guards hauling a person on some form of stretcher. going into heading up past your direction. So like the town, like you hear the guards saying like, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way! We have to make our way to the house of the Morning Lord." As they kind of plow their way through the crowd of merchants, and almost seemingly down the alleyway that you are rather close to, you would see a half-elf gentleman on the stretcher with a dagger made of ice inside their abdomen.
That mother.
The wound itself has been bleeding for a while, but they are on their way to the house of the Morning Lord.
Like bleeding for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Eh?
Hold on. Who got the best out of all those roles? Arini? Like,
It's
Arini,
been
please tell me you exactly what he. What's
I know
going
the
on?
exact time it happened.
Pull out your doctor skills.
at most about 5 minutes.
Ah!
Oh, so it's a very, very fresh wound.
And the person looks very pale.
Can I do a medicine check to see if they're still alive?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
They're like
I'm gonna-
passing by us. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
you're
saying?
like, they're like passing, like they're gonna be going right past you. Like,
Yeah.
they'll be within 10 feet of you. He should easily be able to make a medicine check.
His mother.
And then I'm going to give myself guidance on this as well.
Okay.
Oh,
14.
still nice.
They're alive, but barely.
Okay, can I cast Healing Word on them as they pass by?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So spellbook.
What is your healing, like your literal healing? Do you say oh.
So yeah, just cast the spell.
Awesome.
So heal 9 points of damage.
Okay. So, as they're kind of passing by, you kind of utter out like a prayer or just like a word of healing, and you see this like glowing yellow energy kind of sweep over them as the ice dagger itself is almost like ejected from their body, and it like falls to the side of the carrier that they're on, and you see them take this really deep breath. Thank you. As like the color in their face kind of begins to restore as well, and the
You're
guards kind of
welcome.
stop for a second. And they look like the one in the front turns around. He's healed.
Yeah, we're really good at what we do.
Did you see who stabbed you?
Oh, you're so smart.
Or
Yeah.
better yet, who is he and why did he get stabbed?
That's also a good question.
Who? I did. Did Ebron ask that out loud?
Yes. I'm looking dead at the guards carrying this, like, okay, who is this guy and why did he just get stabbed?
But please answer the first question.
Yeah, who stabbed you?
He came out really fast. The things I remember, he had a blue, almost like a ghostly blue eyes and gray in his hair,
Mm-hmm.
and he appeared out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. You saw a blue mist?
Yeah, it was. It was so
And was
fast.
he
He
not
was gone in a
dressed in leather?
second. I don't remember what he was wearing.
Okay. Now, follow-up question. What was now answer Ebron's question? Why were you chosen to get stabbed?
No, follow-up question. Who the hell are you?
I mean, that's basically it. Yeah. Who the hell are you to get stabbed by this dude?
You can call me Nicholas.
Call you Nick.
Okay, Nick.
Nick's fine. He just like doesn't even care. He's just like, yeah, that's fine. I know why he stabbed me. I bought my way out of the lottery. And he like looks at the guards and like is like between himself and like where he is, he's like almost contemplating running. I paid my way off. And the guards kind of look at him. You paid your way out of the sacrificial lottery.
Yeah, like, wait, who the hell did you pay?
Why wasn't it us?
I'm gonna get closer to the guy and be like, all right, take your way out of the lottery. Your name is Nicholas. Still, who the fuck are you?
I mean, I'm just a resident of Bryn'Shander. I work at the library in town, to Befit Method, as one of the hands who kind of help keep the place organized. But I got a mom at home who she's sick and someone needs to take care of her, or she's gonna end up going herself. So I paid my way out of the lottery so that way I could take care of her.
I mean, okay. Morally, I understand that. For systematic purposes, I'm going to try to understand the ridiculousness of this mediation between lottery. Okay, not cool on breaking the rules because this is the community rule, but the community rules are ridiculous. And secondly, I totally understand, Mom. Get that. Don't have a personal connection with that, but I totally understand that. Guards.
So, wait, who did you pay and how much did it cost?
Yeah, actually true. What is that?
If you have an in with the sheriff,
I look at the guards.
he might be the person you want to start investigating. He's the one who took my payment and removed my name from the lottery.
Okay, so the sheriff was the one who collected your money.
Yeah.
Where?
I want to do an insight check on him, just to make sure he's telling the truth.
Please do.
Yeah, go for it.
If you don't
Yeah,
guide
I'm gonna
yourself,
guide
I'm
myself.
guiding you. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Sweet.
28.
You're a genius right now, Aethros.
Someone at town hall was definite. Like you feel very confident it's someone at town hall, but you're not so sure it's the sheriff. He seems to be holding back some details, a lot of details.
Who did you find this information out from that you could buy your way out of the lottery? After all, I did just save your life. The least you could do is maybe, answer some questions truthfully.
For
Not
real.
want stuff back.
I'm gonna work my way in between.
I look around. Is the ice dagger anywhere that I can see?
It's still laying on the side of the.
I pick it up.
carrier.
I can always put it back if you want me to.
Wait, can I examine that before you do?
Sure, I just hand the dagger to you.
Yes.
While Aethros is doing that, I'm kind of working my way by the guards to make sure the guy doesn't get off and bolt because, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure I could get him at that point.
I'm drawing a runic circle on the ground.
Okay. And good to know, Ebron. So you're like right next to the carrier, making sure that he doesn't escape.
I imagine it's kind of like an old style carrier. You got 4 people carrying it, 2 in front, 2 in back. I'm in between the 2 in the front.
It's just 1 person in the front, 1 person in the back. It's like a stretcher, I guess, is a better word for it. A stretcher.
I'm next to the guy in the front, and be like, all right, out of you 2 guards, who's most senior here? Have you guys ever heard about this before? People getting paid off out of the lottery?
And then the person in the front looks at you. I've heard rumors about it, but we couldn't find any reliable sources for it. We've been hearing about it for the last couple of months now. And he kind of like just quiets down a little bit.
Corruption, intrigue, murder. I look at Nicholas. This is a great book.
More importantly, at the moment, where were you when this happened? We saw you coming from the southwest.
Yeah, in proximity to the cold storage building, let's say. How close were you?
I don't know, about a 5-minute walk.
Ay, jeez.
Depends on what roads you take. There's a lot of residential there, so you have to go around a lot of houses. But I guess if you're a straight shot from the roads, it can't be more than 3 minutes.
And I guess, why were you taking him to the house of the Morning Lord?
And the guard kind of looks to you. Well, the House of the Morning Lord, there are the priestess of the town. She does a lot of our, I guess, unnatural healing, as well as provides healing remedies for those who maybe don't want magic as a resource. She's a healer.
Ooh, we probably should have asked for consent from Nicholas before we magically healed him.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger and look at Ono. I'm like, well, I could put mine in there if he wants one back.
No, please don't. I'm perfectly happy without a dagger in my side.
I mean, I have a dagger too. You can use mine.
And you can all keep them. You can all keep them to yourself. And he's like panicking, like sitting on the carrier right now.
No. We need to keep Nicholas alive because I want to read whatever book.
Yes. Nicholas needs to stay alive. Thank you.
Yeah.
His legs then.
No. This is a substantial discount that you're going to be giving us at the library. This is like a ridiculous. Like Nicholas, you're going to be giving me your like top 10 favorite books.
Well, guys, we could keep him alive, and I'll put my dagger. Like, I'll grab his left ankle with my left arm and put my dagger close to it. I'm like, we could just make sure he can't walk.
No, wait.
I like my legs. I like walking. I can walk from here. I'm healing. Like pats himself on. I can walk. Like
Guards, legitimate question: is he about to get thrown into the barracks, or since we've now healed him, and like since we know that he did a bad, or are you guys gonna just like go and like cut him down when you guys turn the corner and we're no longer watching? And because in full honesty, I do want to go to the library under Nicholas's name, but I mean, I understand if you guys are corrupt. No offense.
we ain't gonna pat him down in the alley if that's what you were thinking. We were gonna take him to the House of the Morning Lord, let him get healed by Mishan, and then we were going to take him to Town Hall and ask questions as long as he was still alive.
Fair.
Particularly, questions that you were asking, but now it seems we have a whole new set of questions we have to ask.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you are one of the corrupt officials, now would be a good time to cut loose the mole or investigate the mole if you guys are not inside on the job.
Now, I think Nicholas has a couple questions he needs to answer for us. Especially trying to make a claim on the sheriff. That's a pretty hefty claim he's making.
But would you like to make sure he doesn't walk right now? I'm in the position for it.
I'll go. Please don't cut my legs.
That's again, like wasted magic of Athros's gorgeous display of like medical prowess.
He's not gonna die. He just won't be able to use his left leg.
I'll
He
go
literally
willingly.
just had a knife in his gut.
Take his shoes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Wait,
good up.
Nicholas, is this your first time that you've paid your way out of the lottery?
Oh, good question.
Yes, and of course it's the one time you get caught.
Inside.
Okay. How long ago did you
for
pay your way out for the lottery?
It was on the 8th.
The 8th? What is it? Like, how many days ago is that? Because I don't do days and months and weeks and stuff like that.
4 days ago. And he's being honest though now.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if either of your names are Dano, but you should book them.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We'll take care of it. And he like pulls out from his side like some rope that he's kind of had. Seems a little different in composition from your normal hempen rope, but he begins tying that around the guy's around Nicholas's hand, I guess wrists.
Wait, it looks fancy? Like it's fancy rope?
It looks different than standard hempen rope.
Can I make a perception on that?
Yeah, you can.
So did he just like deem me to like somehow hold the front like he ties this guy up now, or how's this working? Because I've got a knife to the guy's Achilles essentially.
I mean, the guy's arm, like he's like still on the stretcher, but I guess he'd be set down to have like the stretcher's on the ground. You have your dagger to his ankles, and he's currently being tied by his hands.
All right, look, Nicholas, I like my friends here, but you're avoiding the question, and I'm starting to get irritated. Who did you pay off, and how much was it?
I wasn't it us.
Oh, for sure. He already told us that.
No, it clearly wasn't the sheriff. Nicholas is.
But he said he gave the money to the sheriff.
Somebody's got the money. I don't think it's the sheriff, though. Are you?
Yeah.
Whether or not you're about to intimidate him like hard Ebron, I'm tapping you with guidance.
Is Ebron trying to intimidate him?
I mean, I've got a knife to his Achilles, and I can cut it with,
Make your roll
very
with
quickly.
advantage.
And your D4.
And you have a D4 situational.
1.
Or intimidation.
Woof.
He kind of like looks at you, Ebron, looks at Aethros, looks back at you. Look, the sheriff isn't the one who you pay to get out of the lottery. It's another woman who works at town hall, or a woman who works at town hall. Not to insult the sheriff, and he like looks up to the guards. She goes by Lynn. She works somewhere inside. Usually you meet her out back, apparently. A couple days before the new moon. She takes your money, she removes you from the list.
I'm gonna look at Big Tune. While I still have the dagger to his Achilles. I'm like, was that the lady we handed the head to?
I don't know. Let me try to remember.
Can I make a history check then too?
Yeah,
Wait,
you can.
whose history is better?
I don't know.
I have nothing.
What's your history? Do you have anything? Do you have a plus in anything?
Nope.
I'm 12.
All right, I guide you.
Advantage or normal?
Normal.
But you do have a D4. Woof. Damn, should have gave it to Big Tune.
This sucks because I did not in fact write their name down, but I know it was not Lynn. So, you recognize that it is not Lynn.
Fair.
Was who the person you talked to at town hall. The woman at the desk. It was not Lynn. It was in fact another younger woman. Whose name will come to you in a dream when
Eventually.
when a god strikes it into your mind.
There it is.
Fair enough.
Big Tune, was that the front lady?
No. Not that I,
Okay.
not that I can recall.
Whew,
Um,
that's good.
and
She's
then-
kind of cute.
Oh no, you
Sure.
were doing something too, weren't you?
I was, if this has been 10 minutes, I was casting a detect magic. If, hopefully, it has not dissipated, but I am specifically looking into this dagger.
Right. The dagger itself gives off strong evocation magic, but it is beginning to melt even in this cold weather within your hands, and the evocation magic does kind of dissipate a bit as it begins to melt. But it's an entirely magic dagger.
Beautiful. I prestidigitate it in warmth and accelerate the melting process.
And it disappears rather quickly.
Okay.
Guard, last question for you. I
Yeah.
assume you're going to put some sort of protective custody on this guy, or are you just going to leave him up for bait again and get stabbed and die?
Yeah, he's not going to get hurt, is he? While he's in your custody or in the jail or whatever.
He's
Yeah,
technically our witness.
Well, I mean, we weren't planning on hurting him. I'm sure the sheriff is going to want to work with him as well. He did, in fact, commit a crime, so I don't foresee him going home tonight. But he'll be in our care at least until he gets let loose, or we determine the final verdict on what happens with him. Even a crime like this one, I wouldn't see death as a possibility, so he should be fine.
He did kind of say that the sheriff was taking the money, so I think the sheriff's not going to want that to come out.
Somebody.
Yeah,
Just
can I
put it
roll-
out there.
Can I go insight to make sure that they're not, like, bending the truth?
Yeah,
like,
I
are they
told
able
you
to
that too.
take
Yeah, that's fine.
guidance?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to put my dagger away and kind of just step back a little bit. I'm going to take out my pipe, start smoking that, and just start thinking about a few things.
Jesus.
Both of you feel pretty confident that the guards are telling the truth, but it's really hard to get a solid answer both with helmets that they're wearing down and the winter gear they have on. But based off of their I guess posture and body language, that you feel pretty confident.
At least they don't believe that he'll be injured or worse.
Yeah.
Tonight, whether or not he is or not.
You give your what's it called? Your final verdict that he won't get hurt like 60%.
Sure.
That's a solid number.
Yeah. At the very least, according to them. I mean, I guess technically the sheriff
Yeah.
can do whatever he wanted to, but
I'm gonna walk from like the front of the carriage or whatever, I can't think of the word, and kind of walk towards the group, be like, he still hasn't said how much he's paid off.
I mean, if I was gonna take a guess, I can't imagine it was an immense amount, though. I don't know how liquid money is in this town.
yeah.
Like, if
Rich was saying times are hard, so I mean, couldn't have been more than a handful.
Can I make a retroactive insight check on his story about the mom?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
So you're mountain.
If you need to know. And he like almost seems kind of defeated as he's like pulled up on his feet with the rope, which by the way, you notice oh no, since you asked about that before, the rope itself just seems to be more tailored to resisting the cold. It still looks like it's made out of like a fibrous material. You can't really distinguish what right now, but it seems much more weather resistant than your standard hempen rope.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, did my detect magic pick it up? But
Yeah, it
just
didn't
further
show up on your
investigate.
detect magic.
Okay, fair enough. So it's probably like blubber sealed waxen rope that obviously is less prone to breaking out here in these sub-degree weather. Okay, fair.
If you need to know how much it was 25 gold.
Jeezy crazy, just to get out of the lottery, bud. Your life is 25 gold.
My life's not worth 25 gold, but I'm a homebody who cares about his family.
That's fair. Insight check.
So I feel like 25 gold is low for that.
If
Yeah,
it's necessary, then yes.
Yes,
And
this is. I'm taking it.
As I'm close to the group, I'm gonna be with my pipe and kind of looking at Bit too and be like, 25 gold? I kind of thought it would have been like 100 or 200 to be honest.
He seems like he's being very honest right now. Oh no.
Okay.
I know times are hard up here, but
Yeah, like how much do you make in a day?
seems awfully low.
I mean, guesstimating the general fare. I mean, we know the big businesses out here. Torg is making the big money out here. I think like general stall workers are not making very much gold per day. Let's say capping it at like 15 silver a day for the average worker in a stall, and then to divide that between they're probably walking away with anywhere from like 3 to 5 silver a day.
This may have been upwards of a month's salary.
Yeah,
It was a lot of my savings.
Yeah, 100%. Jeez.
So you
Okay.
guys are asking a lot of questions. Are you going to catch this guy? Like as he's like, being prepared to be walked away. Like he's like,
Nicholas, it's your lucky day, bud. We are trying to make sure that people like you don't have to pay 25 gold to get out of a ridiculous lottery, and subsequently, we're trying to fix that too. But ultimately, we're trying to snuff this nuisance of a killer who feels it is within their right and their wholly justified stupidity to kill.
Whomever they see fit.
Yeah, not
They're
cool.
basically taking the law into their own hands.
In their own twisted way.
so you're gonna kill him?
I mean,
We will see.
we're gonna see.
Well,
I mean,
For
What
100
if the
gold
law is
pieces.
requiring him to kill the people that are trying to get out of the lottery?
like in the respect of Iceman is trying to do the system a favor. I mean, yeah, he technically is following through with it, but
Yeah,
this
he's
is
being lawful.
I mean, but this is such an ass backwards way. This is like.
He seems like he is very, very much in favor of the rules by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Well, as my guy's getting visibly angrier, why don't we go talk to our not-so-friend at the North Look and ask her these questions as well?
Okay, first of all, you're assuming that she's not our friend yet. I mean, again, we could be friends with her. I'm not that I'm saying I want to. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on it either, but
Yeah.
help is help when it comes down to it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going North Look. We're skipping the ice cube right now. We're gonna let him chill. No pun intended. Even though I did. Okay, yeah, let's rock and roll. Thank you for your time.
Right. And the guards kind of give you a nod. Thank you. And they,
Welcome for saving your life.
yeah, thanks.
Actually true.
Thanks.
Actually true.
I like not having a hole where a dagger is. And like, as he gets hauled away, you make your way to the North Look. Takes about 5 minutes, and you find yourself at the entrance.
I make a note to myself. Nicholas owes us 10 books from the library.
I think it should at least be 25.
And I look. I'm not trying. That could literally deplete their
Books, not
stock.
bucks.
Yeah, books. Like 10 books is like, a week's worth of reading for me.
Well, I mean, Athros is probably going to want some picture books. I wouldn't mind a book or two.
I will
Victim,
legitimately
Rainy,
get him a picture book
might want
anytime
some.
he wants.
You're making your way inside, I assume?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I'll put my pipe out and clean it and go inside with them. Yeah.
So you all make your way into the North Look. You see scram sacks taken up the counter. Not cleaning a glass, just kind of cleaning out some scraps from food as someone, a different patron, kind of makes their way out of the North Look as you make your way in. And he looks you all up and down. Did you get the answer you were looking for?
Pause before we respond to him. I turn to Ebron and I go, do we need to go upstairs before we make this admission to him?
Yeah, we should do that first. Big Tune, Rainy, Athros. Oh no, and I will be right back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head towards my room.
Keep a seat warm for me.
All right, so
let's go.
the two of you make your way upstairs. The rest of you, what are you doing?
Well, let's see. It's been a few. I'll just sit down for now. Probably at the same table we were at this morning, if it's available.
Straight up ignores this guy's question. I'm gonna go sit in corner.
I'm gonna go outside and see where Ebron put out his pipe. I'm gonna see if it melted the snow.
Hey, I'm still a little peeved.
That's 100% fair.
When we walked in, did we see the one lady in there? What was her name? Anita?
Atina.
Tina?
Yes. As you walked in, you would have seen her on the far end of the bar. If the stairs to go upstairs are on your left hand side, she would be on the right side of the bar, farther away.
Not yet, but soon. We're gonna touch base.
Did she see us enter?
Oh yeah, she saw you.
I'm gonna, as we're going up the stairs, I'm just gonna give her like a death glare, but oh no, and I'm gonna still make my way to my room.
As I cordially say that we're going to be touching base later.
All right. The rest of the party would make their way to the table that you guys were at in the morning. It's been cleaned off since all of you were there. You get the feeling there have been a couple other patrons who maybe have sat here while you were all out and about. As the two of you, Ebron and Ono, make your way up to Ebron's room.
But like, how bad did you really mess up this room? I mean, like, come on. Like, honestly, I know you're big and strong, but like, this is like, come on. Like, you knocked over a couple of chairs and you punched a hole. And I assume we opened the door at this point, and it's like a rock and roll hotel.
Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna have my right hand on the doorknob, my left hand's kind of scratching my dreads here, and be like, well,
How the hell did you get the stool through the table, and then the table through the bed, and then the bed and the table and the stool in the fireplace? How did you do that?
Look, I'm not a perfect person by any means, but let's just say I've got some dormant anger issues sometimes.
That's fair, but I mean, again, all the more reason to like, be vulnerable with your friends. Like
Well, to be honest, I was being vulnerable, and you guys weren't believing me. So
No.
I feel like I was in my full right to come back here and let off some steam.
I pull out my 2 lodestones and I begin to. I'm going with the smallest piece first. I'm just gonna try to mend the stool. It's probably not fixable, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah, you begin working on cleaning the room and putting it back together, and I would say it's going to take a little bit of time to get it back together, but
Totally fair.
you can begin that process.
Like, yeah, I'm basically like, no, man, I totally believe you. As I'm like, I've got 2 lodestones on either side of this like leg of the stool, like almost welding it back together. Like, no, I believed you. It's just more to the effect of like how shook you were. That was more. I wouldn't say concern as much as it was the intriguing part of your dialogue. You don't, in the time we've spent together, you don't seem like someone who's easily shook.
And I'm not, but when every advantage is taken away and you're giving multiple disadvantages in a current scenario, there's times when you need to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And that, luckily, I was able to get out of the situation last night. If things would have arose, you guys would have been without your rogue, and who knows if you guys would have ever found me.
While I respect your occupation, we don't think of you as like just a tool for our like ensemble. You're Ebrin. You know that, right? Like we just want you around too because you're Ebrin. Yeah,
I know,
you're
but
a rogue, but like
I'm still figuring out who I am, and that's the
cool.
part that's difficult.
That's cool.
There's so much that I don't remember.
We got time, man. We got time. Look, I haven't even learned chronomancy yet. Like, we got time. All the time in the world.
I assume at this point I probably fixed the stool and I'm moving up the larger parts like chair, table, bed is finally.
Yep, you're progressing up the order as you're having your conversation.
Look, I am totally willing to like help you with this. Like, again, I'm probably not the best shoulder to lean on. Maybe Bictoon or Aethros, like dimensionally wise. But I get it. It's cool. If anything, I'm more super intrigued about your past just as much as you are. I literally have like several pages on you already.
Well, when the past becomes more clear for me and reveals itself, I might be more open to, but honestly, I still don't remember much of who I was.
I look at my lodestones and I'm like, I wonder if I could mend your brain. Nah, I don't think so. Not with these, at least.
Well, while you're mending, are you thirsty? You want a beer or anything?
No, all right.
I'm just gonna kind of stand awkwardly by the door, twiddling my fingers, and be like, "All right, well."
I mean, you can hand me the leg of the table that's sticking in the wall.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah, I mean, like,
grab
honestly,
the leg, hand
there
it
are
to
several
him.
pieces of furniture I can't get out. Like, I don't know how you got that bedpost in the ceiling. I'm more impressed at anything.
Man, I'm just
Yeah, I can grab that too. I'll start helping him by removing some of the stuff and hopefully speeding up the mending process. And then once we're done, I'll buy everybody a round of beer again and food.
I'm gonna come downstairs like
Dusting my hands off. Yeah, he did a number on that one. Impressive.
I don't want to talk about it.
Like,
Okay.
in half. In half. The halves were in halves. He quartered the bed. Yeah, he quartered the bed. Like,
must have been a rough night's sleep.
Well, this was, earlier today when we had our nice little conversation.
I like doodle on a spare page for Athros, basically like a stick figure drawing of how he wrecked the room.
And then, like, he put the stool in through the table.
Why would you want to sit on top of the table?
No. At this point, the sitting part was irrelevant.
Oh, okay.
Barkeep, what do you have for food and drink now?
I'll get you food, don't worry. He's like,
Okay.
grabs like whatever he has available in the back, and kind of brings you a smaller array to the table.
Before he comes back,
We're about to ask him. You want to see if we can, like, find a way to get to the cold storage for him? Run an errand for him?
Yeah, I was thinking I could bring that up. Just be like, hey, I went to the cold storage because we're going to be doing a trek for the guys who run the forge here in town, and we're going to be going to the north, the storage to kind of see how much space they have. Is there anything that you guys would like back? That's kind of what I was thinking.
Interesting. Anybody else?
How about we just ask him if he has like rations and cold storage that we could take for our trip? Because if he sells food, he would keep rations maybe in cold storage.
ooh, that's actually
We're gonna need food. Might as well go get something we need.
We
Oh, he
technically
was
could buy
wise.
in bulk.
Yeah.
You guys could definitely do that. I'm still kind of full on rations, though.
No, I know, but, like, think
Yeah.
we technically
Like,
have...
we don't actually have to take the rations. We can just go under the guise of getting.
Well, I know, but on the other point, we are technically supposed to, if and when we get out to the ingot quest. I mean, we have people that we technically need to bring back. And they
True.
might be hungry, so that's
It
not
made them
technically a
swallow some
lie.
extras, yeah.
Yeah, like, it not technically a lie. I mean, we could actually use some extra rations.
As Scram makes his way back to your table with a small array of venison and a couple vegetables that he sets down in front of you.
Ebron, split the difference. Do them both.
Okay. Good, sir. Question for you, real quick.
You can call me Scramsax, but I'll answer your question.
Scramsax, we're helping Elza and her brother Garn here, the guys who run the forge. Do you know them?
Of course I do. They're regular patrons.
Good people, and their kin, four of their cousins, is not have returned yet from Dwarven Valley, and we were kind of thinking about a few things. And you guys got a cold storage a little bit west of town. I'd say about 5 to 10 minute walk, and I ran into a gentleman there. His name slips my mind, and he said there's some availability for just in case we find something. Because on the way here, we ran into a Parrington, and I'll pull out the feather and kind of show him the feather and be like, well, just in case we run into like another one, or owlbear, mammoth, or whatever's up there, wolves. We were looking to actually be able to salvage more of the beast this time. Saw you guys had some rations there and some of your storage for food. Do you need any help bringing some stuff back, or would you possibly be able to part way with some rations? Because it's been some time since they've seen their kin, so we're assuming they might be either low or out on rations, and we'd rather be able to help them.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
All right, give me 1 second.
And wait, hold on. Quick, before you roll this dice, hold on. Could Athros give him guidance, and can I give him the help action so he can take advantage? Because I'm technically trying to piggyback on top of him in some semblance of a way.
I would allow it.
Yes.
All right, persuasion advantage 1d4.
Oh yeah, that's a good roll.
Well, I myself don't have anything that I need brought back, but I do care for those two dwarves down at the forge. Yeah, I suppose that if you do find their kin up on the mountain, or wherever it is you're going, I assume it's Calvin's Cairn by the Dwarven Valley. They talk about that a lot.
Yep.
You can take a few days worth of rations along with you to help get them started. I can't give you too much, but
No, that's fair.
3-4 days worth of rations for them. That seems fair.
Yeah, that's
Good enough.
Yeah, 100%.
No, I mean, that's perfectly fine. We are more than thankful, and we greatly appreciate that. Is it true that it's kind of just open storage, or is there somebody that runs it? Because it sounded like it's mainly just if you find a spot, you can claim that spot as your own. Is that true, or do I have to talk to somebody?
Generally speaking, if you find an open spot, you're more than welcome to take it. There used to be an order system. You'd go to the town hall, they'd give you a designation, but they've been so unfocused on that lately that it's kind of just fallen to the wayside. But
Yeah, I isn't there someone who's supposed to be running that? It's a girl, isn't it? I'm totally guessing at this point.
I don't even know who's supposed to be running it anymore. Times change so much, they rotate on staff every now and then. It could be anybody. I haven't checked in. They haven't bothered me, so I haven't cared.
That's awkward. Okay, cool.
Well, I guess we'll eat the food here, have a drink, and then kind of make our way over there now and work on that.
He'd give you a nod. I'll bring you around. Enjoy your food. And then he'll give you the number for the tab. It's like maybe 3 gold for everything total.
I drop it. Yeah, I put that down. I got that.
As you're enjoying your food and drink and kind of talking amongst yourselves, you do see Atina make her way to your table. Do you still need more time?
I'm not talking to her.
Oh, she's not
But
even
you
looking at you at this point.
No, I think we should not talk to her. I think we need to have a mini powwow.
I was going to say, when she comes by, you can see my character kind of get distraught and angry.
I figure she's just gonna sit until we approach her. I mean, she seems the stoic type. Okay, hear me out. Okay. There's someone on the inside at the town hall who is feeding information to Sephek, right? There is someone in the town hall who has given Sephek access to the cold storage locker, because it seems like our boy doesn't know that he's in there. And I'm actually starting to get concerned about the corruption in this town. Like, more than concerned.
I'm going to look at Vic to me like, well, there's only 5 of us here, as Atina's clearly right there now with us. Be like, well, there's only 5 of us here, and there's, 100, 200 guards? What do you guys think we should do?
I like
Guards
those
in Bryn'Shander? There's no way.
Yeah, because there was the town lottery, and there was like 200 people there, but then there was like 50, 100 guards or so. If the Almighty wants to chip in there, they could do that as well.
I am at a loss.
Mr. GM, or should I do a history check?
Oh, for your guard totals? Or
Yeah, like how many guards are in Bryn'Shander, essentially?
you feel that they could raise up about 250 people if needed, but stationed earlier this morning. Was it earlier this morning? No, it was yesterday. Yesterday.
Like, we're currently enlisted.
Currently active in the town, you could estimate between 100 to 150. Not active at one time, like per shift, but you figure that between the 3 shifts, they right now probably have between 100 to 150. Most of them were present yesterday during the meeting.
3. We have 3 gates, technically. What is it? Probably 2 to 4 guards a gate. Not to mention stationed guards at Town Hall, House of the Morning Lord. Active guards probably anywhere from the 50 to 70 range, maybe.
Honestly, I think that's more than we can chew off. I'm still like basically having the conversation with Big Tune, because Oh No is next to Athena, and like I'm just not
Sitting right next to her, are we?
No, you were at your table. She approached you. Like, she approached your table and said, do you need more time?
Oh, sorry. I was totally like, my wife asked me a question. Yeah, we probably would have been like, yeah, at least until end of day, if we haven't already said that.
Quite. You know where to find me.
Yeah, again, we're not trying to blow you off. We're just trying to make some decisions. We got pots cooking. You know, we're stirring pots right now. The cooking euphemism.
Food.
I mean,
Yeah, I look around for actual pots on the table. I'm like, wait, we are? And grab a spoon. Like, where's my pot?
I put a mug in front of Aethros.
Okay, I just start stirring it, look around like, I'm doing it right? I'm doing good?
100%.
Oh, he who is wise, but it's so incredibly dumb.
Yeah.
Fucking genius of the party right here, guys.
Atina would eventually leave your table, hearing that you need more time, and I would say you finish your food and drink with very little issue. People come and go, usually asking Scram Sacks a question, but it's not quite dinner time yet for a lot of these people.
What time is it? What time is it right
I'm going to
now?
boost the time. I'm going to say if you wanted a half an hour or an hour for eating
Would
food.
you
it depends up
consider
to you.
this a short rest?
I would say it could be a short rest.
Aethros, do you get that spell slot back on a short
Nope.
rest? Fuck.
Only long rest.
Okay. Okay. Do we cut in Atina, or do we go and face Iceman now? Do we go to Town Hall and get more info? What to do? What to do?
How about we get Tina to help us kill what's-his-face and then kill her afterwards?
Can you whisper that, please?
Yeah, like, while I like that idea, I have a feeling that, okay, in my judgment, being completely, like, we're looking at this scientifically, we could take Sephek. I have a feeling that she's gonna be a bigger hurdle. While I understand it is low level magic, I understand, but she dispelled my cantrip without even a second thought. So, like,
So, if she's that strong, yeah, let's have her help us, then just ignore her after that.
So, as much as I distaste this woman, we could show her where I ran into him and send her in first.
Ooh, use her as the bait.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
yeah, that's interesting.
Because then, before we enter, she'll maybe do some damage.
That's also
She'll either die, which
contingent.
would be great.
That's also
or-
contingent on whether or not we can convince her to do that.
I mean, we
Well,
could make that a contingency of her joining us.
Yeah, did she ever specifically say how she would help us?
Not really.
I don't think so.
She said
No.
she would keep you alive as
Yeah.
best she can.
Which, I mean, in all respects, that if she does attempt to keep us alive, again, this is literally like, I mean, she's a priestess of the Morning Lord, the House of the Morning Lord, so she could be touting some extra heals, and, I mean, we could afford an extra caster to heal us on the fly.
But wasn't
Wait.
she giving us some weird...
Oh,
Um,
she's seething with evil. Like, she is straight up evil.
Wait,
So
was
keeping
it?
us alive could just be bringing us back from the dead, and well, you're technically alive, and then we're in the same situation that, you know.
I don't think it's like that kind of. I don't think she's a necromancer per se, as much as she is just straight up evil.
Yeah, it sounds like she wants this guy actually dead, so she'd actually have motive to help us.
Well, yeah, based on what she told us. But no, just quick point of clarification. House of the Morning Lord, not where she came from. Am I correct there? That would have been that's separate from the church or whatever you want to call it that praises the Iceman, right? Okay.
Correct. The House of the Morning Lord is not the same as the House of Oral or the Church
Okay.
of Oral.
Okay, cool.
Just making sure. Okay, cool.
My
Yeah, and
mistake.
it's yeah.
Are they on opposite ends of the like town?
The Church of Oral is from Targos. Scramsax helped Atina get to town this morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. No, but based on what she was saying to me, is she has absolutely no beef with us as long as we don't, aside from you, Ebron, let her know that we don't like her.
I mean, I assume she knows that this is a kind of tempestuous relationship that we have, or a tenuous relationship.
I still like the idea of sending her in first and see what happens, because either she
I agree.
beats them, or we find out that they're on the same team and we're still in the alley and can run and get help.
Well, based on everything she said to us, and I had no reason to believe that she was telling any sort of lie. She wants absolutely nothing to do with him.
Yeah, he's competition, or he's bad. He's either competition or bad business. Like, he is a bad representation of
That's
Oral.
bad PR, basically.
Yeah, like, seriously. Like, if she's a representative of Oral, then he's a bad representation of her. I am leaning toward her description of he was a sailor and may or may not have passed and risen anew. I'm air quoting that. Her blessing. Not her, Atina, her, Oral.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a sip of my mug and kind of put it down and be like, well, there is another idea I kind of have. We're going on the assumption that he needs to die. And what if there's another path for the guy?
That's entirely true.
It clearly seems like something is, I don't want to say controlling, but you just don't go to sea, come back, and start killing people. You know what I mean? And
I understand. However,
I'm not saying the guy has to join us, but you think there might be an alternative route to make him stop, or is this something to where, the lesser of two evils, this guy is going to have to officially die?
Well, I mean, we were tasked with stopping him, so.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I think if we stop him in any respect, it's ceasing him doing the needless killings pre-lottery.
But it feels like if we try to imprison him anywhere based on what he was doing before, what we've seen him do, I don't think that's going to do us much good.
Okay,
and
hear me out.
Gives out his ways, the church is probably just going to kill him anyway.
We get Atina to come with us. We try to get her to go in first. Either way, we got to get her in there. Maybe she is one of the catalysts for trying to get him to quit what he's doing. Like,
try to have her talk him out of what he's doing.
If not that, at least get info from her to which we can convince him, with her not saying even anything, just being like, look, she's from Targa, she's a representative of Oral herself, and what she says technically is direct link from Oral, or whatever, however we spin that. And then we just show him that, like, what he's doing is not justified. And then we kind of, like, in a clean respect, be like, look, man, you're not in a good position here. You should stop and go, brig off into the mountains. But then again, we have a walking loose end.
Yeah, it hurts me to say that, but I wouldn't be against it.
How much was she going to pay us?
Help. I don't think there was payment.
Well, did I write down Tina, Church of Oral? Yeah.
I thought I heard 100 gold pieces, but
I don't believe I wrote down any kind of notation about whether or not we're getting paid. I believe she just mentioned that he's a problem, and then we can discuss payment after, if my memory serves me right.
You did not discuss any form of payment.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that might be
Here, why don't we just ask her?
Why don't one of you call her over and let's discuss payment? And
well, maybe we go to her. We didn't just send her away.
I will help. I don't trust her,
I don't either.
No, I don't trust her
We'll
either.
do what
but
I can.
I think as long as we stay wary.
Yes, I just
enemy of my
I
enemy.
don't trust people of her kind.
No, and to be completely honest, and I agree with you, she's straight up evil.
Oh yeah.
Like that chick is evil.
Yeah, I am more than willing to strike her down.
I will say though, before we go into battle, I am missing a dagger. If I could have that back from one of y'all.
What?
What dagger?
Wait, no, didn't you snatch that dagger back?
He did
No,
not.
that
He
was-
didn't know who had it.
Yeah, that was above table because that was
Oh yeah, that's right.
away. I'm just gonna kind of drink and look at the party and be like,
I don't have nothing.
I'm,
You can have one of my hand axes.
yeah, I hold up my little knife that is basically like a really sharp letter opener.
Aethos is going to try and remember because he might not even know he has it. Ooh,
Okay.
okay. He remembers he has it. He's
I
like,
love how it says plus minus 2.
Yeah. He pulls a dagger out of his pocket. He's like, "Wait, what? Is this the dagger? I found it somewhere. I don't remember where."
I'm
I look
I'm
on the it says like property of Ebron. Like,
I was gonna say,
oh,
It says
As he's-
Ebron's left-hand dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting right in front of the spot, like we changed
Yeah.
spots from earlier, and you can see the hole in the table.
my
Yeah.
left hand is just kind of like pointing at where the hole was. Like
Actually,
it was right here.
I would
I
have
put it back in the
I would
hole.
have mended that hole.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually covers that up, so it would have been like a spot where the hole was at one point.
I would be pointing at the natural-looking wood that where there was a hole.
Brand new wood.
You're like 3 inches off. It's 3 inches to your left is where it was. It no
Okay.
longer there.
I stab the dagger in that same spot.
Oh,
Like, look,
God.
it's back.
Okay, well now you're 2 inches to the right, too far. I don't.
Okay. I stab it again. Put another hole in the table.
I mean, you're actually closer this time. I fixed the first one.
Can I-
Wait, closer, but that means I still didn't get it?
I
can
mean,
hit
you're
the
pretty
spot with
close.
my hand axe and just be like, no, right here. Clunk.
Okay. I'm actually going to do a roll
Shakes
this
is looking
time.
at us. He's probably pissed.
Yeah.
Can
Put
you
another
stop
hole.
damaging my table, please?
I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
Yeah, I also use my mending cantrip. Like, oops. Ooh.
It's getting fixed. Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking his table up. Stop.
There are
Do,
tons of marks on this table as a dagger and hand axes, I believe. I mean,
Yeah.
stabbed into it.
I'm trying to like cover
I
them
should
up.
actually do the attack roll with the dagger.
It's like looking like a non-Newtonian fluid.
Yeah.
Like there's holes 1 second and then it's sealed the next.
Hit it. Ooh, missed the spot, but
Yeah, stop it!
big dent in it.
Cut it out! Stop!
This is fun.
Stop it!
As soon as Aethro stabs the table and does damage, I'm gonna just kind of be like, all right, that's enough. Right hand kind of blocks him. My left hand takes it and kind of puts it away.
Stop!
I'm gonna inspect it first, make sure it's not damaged, and it's not, and then I'm gonna kind of
Oh,
put it back. in
You're
its
gonna
sheath.
try and take the dagger while I'm stabbing the table?
I'm not gonna
No,
lie, this dent from
after-
your warhammer is pretty awesome.
After you've stabbed it, I'm gonna take it from you and be like, all right, that's enough.
Well, like when I go to stab it, I look to see if I'm close to that hole, and if I'm not close to it, I just go again. Like I'm not letting my hand off. So you're gonna have to grab my hand or grab the blade, or
Yeah, I'd say by the time the hand axes, in fact, go into the table, that Scramps axe would have come around and, like, physically stopped you from stabbing his table. I said stop stabbing my table.
There he is. He's done. He's done. Guys, he's done.
okay, I drop the dagger.
Yes. Mending.
Yeah.
Put away my
Drops
I
the
can carry
dagger,
it, my bad.
drops the dagger, and perfectly goes in the same exact spot that I stabbed it earlier.
Ah, will you stop? Mending.
I pick up the dagger, put it away, and be like, all right, that's enough. Like I said, I don't like her. I don't like her kind. It makes my blood boil. Things in my past.
literally
needless to say. Let's call her over. I would prefer her being used as, honestly, cannon fodder or frontline bait, whatever you want to call it. But let's get this ball rolling, and I guess let's see what happens.
Honestly, if she's gonna keep us alive, I think we should use her for all of her magic to do
Well,
that.
While you call her over, why don't you ask what she can and can't do, that we know exactly what she is capable of. I'm not accepting, well, I can heal you guys. No, okay, what type of healing is it? I don't want to die or any of you to die and then come back as a fucking undead
First heal
person.
you.
How about
Very good.
this? We tell her that she can heal the rest of us, but not you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, that's.
All right. You might be a corpse in the cold storage.
I mean, it's accurate. Okay, I hop down from my chair and I make my way over to her table and politely ask if she would be willing to join us at our table so that way we may close this discussion.
And you see her bright blue, piercing eyes look at you, oh no. Ah, so you don't need more time. Yes, I will join you at your table.
I appreciate that. Again, I apologize for the abrupt kind of change of plans, but I feel like we're rounding the corner to like a full-fledged decision for you.
Good. The sooner, the better. And she
I agree.
joins you on your way over to the table.
Hey, Victor, you want a rematch of earlier?
Rematch of earlier.
Yeah, I figure you might still be a little bit sore of losing your staring contest. Do you want to go ahead?
I like that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right now it's the perfect time, as I'm just starting to stare directly into his eyes.
Yeah. We'll see.
My guy refuses to think.
Oh, I mean, just because I'm saying we'll see doesn't mean I've blinked.
All right.
Just watching you guys going back and forth, like.
I press to digitate a puff of wind. Hold on. How do I situationally roll again? I gotta put it. Damn it! How do you do situational rolls? I got it at the bottom.
For
1d4.
situational rolls, generally they're tied to like either an attack roll or a damage roll. What are you looking to do?
I want to do an even or odd roll to see who I blow a puff of wind into their
roll
eye.
Oh, you could go to, if you go into like the bottom right where you can, like it's like a
Okay.
chat box, you type in /roll space and then whatever die you want to do, 1d4 evens odds.
There's a 2 as well. D2.
You probably
Yeah,
could do a
there's
d2. I think it's a coin.
Yep, there's a coin. Okay, cool. I made a decision. So if you're both staring at each other, Ebrin, you feel a puff of magical wind hit your eyeballs.
Okay, now, what do I roll to see if I blinked or not?
Roll a Constitution check.
Be a saving throw at that point?
Yeah, hold on. My spell DC is 14.
Saving throw, normal or advantage?
Where you get the hell you fucking advantage from?
Yeah.
I'm with my group, man.
That's nobody's helping you.
Yeah. If anything, you get disadvantage.
Hey,
You get
Kitty!
blink.
Kitty
Like a
blinked.
All right, rematch, go.
Oh, too bad. I
Okay.
won.
At some point,
Party.
Ebrin would blink,
Latina.
but Big Toon does not seem interested in doing a staring contest at this point.
Can I smoke inside here?
Please refrain from smoking inside my bar.
I love this. Such a progressive town.
Right. So you said you've come to a decision, Atina says as she sits down at your table.
Yeah, please.
It's dependent on you, I suppose, but yes.
We have just some, general questions / requirements in order for us to comfortably work with you, given we know so very little of you. First of all, can we just get a little bit more base information about why specifically Sephek is bothering your plans ultimately? And then 2, would you be willing to kind of help spearhead us in the direction of more of like first interactions with Sephek?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Very good. I'm looking at this dope picture of
Oh,
Athena.
Jesus.
Literally, I thought of this, but then I was given more of like, well, I know you couldn't blue the skin, but yeah, this is accurate. Okay.
She's pretty.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty girl.
Why do you and your organization ultimately need Sephek snuffed out or stop doing what he's doing? Can we get just a clear, as honest as possible, that, in the sense of it gives us more information to clearly adjust?
Sephek himself is a false representation of the Church of Oro.
Beautiful.
He is
What's a
someone
true
who we
representation?
want snuffed out simply because he brings upon our faith a bad rap.
Beautiful. Totally understandable. This this is a sideball question. In the event that things were to change and it is not like an eternal perpetual dead winter here, but more of like a, hey guys, we have seasons again, would that be beneficial to you and your party of the church?
It would. Oral herself has not been the same Oral that we dedicate our faith, our lives to, and hasn't been for the last couple years.
Inside check.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do not trust that.
that's fair.
Exactly.
No.
Fuck.
You
You can't
kidding
discern
me?
whether or not she's telling the truth. Her
I'm
voice
gonna
feels
look
very
at-
monotonous.
I should have given you advantage, dude.
Do it.
I'm gonna.
Aethros feels more
Look.
confident that what she's saying is true. Ibram,
Okay.
what were you gonna do?
I'm looking at Aethros. Be like, you were asking what a true representation of the church was, wasn't
Yeah.
that?
Like, if he's false, what is true?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, what if they want to do more evil stuff? Like, he's not evil enough for them.
I wouldn't exactly refer to our organization as evil, but I can understand, given the perpetual winter that 10 Towns is under, that claim. We,
I mean, the lottery too, and a couple other key points.
as we said this morning, the lottery is not something that the Church of Oral decided. That was 10 Towns' way of appeasing the current Oral.
Yeah, I know. I that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna take a sip of my drink and be like, well, you guys continue to let it happen and not change anything.
I mean, this ultimately could be a citizen thing over the church thing, so.
A true representation of the Church of Oral does not consist of untimely murders. We do not sacrifice people for the greater good, or bad, for that matter.
Or ultimately at all.
A person who wants to dedicate their life to Oral does undergo a form of ritual, which, as you probably saw this morning when you, I guess, rudely or not, tried to dispel the cold that is on my hand, you sacrifice your life, and in turn are born anew, both in faith and in spirit. I am the same person I was when I was before I joined the church, but at the same time I am not. I am someone different. Someone dedicated to my faith. Someone who grows in power, both with understanding the scriptures as well as within magic itself. In exchange for faith with Oral, I am given power. And that power grows as time goes on. That power grows with my faith, and so long as I am dedicated to her, even in her current state, it sticks with me. Should Oral herself disappear, should she decide to forego the church, that power will disappear. But whatever happens to myself and the others dedicated to my faith is still unknown.
So Sephek is a bastardized version of this.
I'm gonna look at Big Tim and be like, well, so she's dead, essentially.
Yeah.
In simpler terms, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, if you're, pardon my textbook phrasing, Athena, it could be ascended, if you want to look at it like that. But Athena
She died at one point, right?
yes, in plain terms, yes, she is passed on, but her body, she's still the same Atina from before. She's just a more devout follower of Oral. So, Atina, question, do you believe that Oral is unbalanced at the moment?
Oral is not her normal self. She is injured, she is hurt in some way or another, and she is angry at the people of Ten Towns, but what they have done to upset her, I do not know. That is a clouded vision that I do not have the ability to answer, nor understand.
Above table, the general knowledge that you posted about Oral and the backstory of like her and her brethren and the falling out between that's general knowledge that Ono would have.
Yeah, that is knowledge that anybody who's delved into books would understand, or at least like anybody who's heard like history lessons about the gods, they would understand that. It's pretty public knowledge.
Okay. So then, my understanding is that while you represent Oral, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be rude here. She, in your belief, is not truly within her right mind as a deity of some form. Yes?
I would say you are correct in assuming that. Or at least coming to that answer.
Well, I have a couple of cooking questions and answers. So amongst your populace of your religion, is it safe to assume that through the devotion, when you give up yourself, that act, could that potentially be tainted in some way? I'm directly associating this with Sephek.
Partaking in the ritual itself that we perform, there is very little likelihood that something could taint the process. It's overseen by several other people of the church, much higher in position than myself. As far as Sephek's situation, I'm not 100% clear on what is exactly going on. Like I said, he was a fisherman who went out to sea, or a sailor, and when he returned after being presumed lost at sea, he was a totally different person. Now, a long time ago, before a reformation of the Church of Oral and forming a static religion, the faith of Oral used to be put in what were called frost druids. People who roamed the north, completing tasks for Oral in a more chaotic manner. That's where my suspicion is leading, that maybe there was a frost druid of some sort who took over his body, as the magics of old allowed them to do so. But I can't confirm nor disconfirm this. This is merely my own speculation and the speculation of the Church of Oral.
I feel as though you may be leaning in a good direction. To perform said ritual, I would assume it requires some altar, ritualistic incense and casting, sigils and circles and whatnot. There's little to no way that he could have done this on a boat of his own volition.
It is very unlikely.
This is tasty. This is the tasty nuggets. Okay, all right. So, all right. What capacity, and again, with all due respect, not trying to be rude, but what capacity could you potentially make sure that we are okay in us confronting Sephek? And then there's a / follow-up question after that.
If you are worried about me trying to turn you into undead thralls or zombies, or undeath in general, that is not the service I provide. Should you fall in battle, I will make sure you do not die. Should you waver in battle, I will do my best to heal you. The magics that I wield and the magic that Sephek's wield, I assume, will conflict with one another, meaning my physical impact might not be as strong as... And she, looks you up and down, oh no. Someone such as yourself. But defensively, I can provide you with assistance.
That's fair. No worries. I mean, we will work that out when it comes. My follow-up question is, paint us a word picture of the after. Sephek is done. He no longer is a problem, whether or not he lives or dies. What is Atina and the church going to do after?
If Sephek himself is stopped, be it put behind bars that could hold him, or eliminated altogether, the church itself will begin the process of recovering its good name. Which, but with the damage that he has done, will take a significant amount of time and effort to once again return the trust of the people of Targos, as well as the remaining people of Ten Towns. Just as the House of the Morning Lord is your primary place of healing here within Bryn'Shander, we are a place of healing to the people of Targos, should they seek it. Our service is to the people as well as to Oro.
Insight check the shit out of that.
Yeah, go for it.
Straight up. Oh, okay, that's better.
She's being very transparent.
Okay.
It seems as though, with Sephek gone, it is a very good thing for the church.
I look at Arini, and I look at Aethros, and I look at Bictune and Ebrin, and kind of do the knowing, I think if you guys are comfortable at this point, I'm comfortable look.
I give you a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'd do a little nod as well.
I'm gonna kind of just play with a gold coin within my fingers and be like, what about, payment?
Man, good man.
Payment? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Not to be, again, rude, presumptuous. Obviously, working him out of the picture is good for you. But, again, this is business for us. So...
Oh, I have no intention of paying people to take care of him.
That's fair.
Generally speaking, situations like these are usually tailored out of the kindness of your heart to prevent murders from happening for people who it shouldn't happen to.
Honorable and fair.
When she says no payment, my guy is gonna do one of those spit takes where he is drinking and just spits it out essentially.
I prestidigitate it back into the cup. Okay, coin aside, monetary payment aside, if I'm being completely honest, would this actually reflect positively on our party in future endeavors for help from the church?
Should you need help from the Church of Oro, whether it is healing situations you have gotten yourself into and are required, or you need guidance on events that are going on within our realms of capabilities, or people to put a good name or put faith to your name, you will have the backing of the Church of Oro, should you complete this task for us.
I love that when you say the exact thing I needed to hear you say.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at her. What about talking to her directly?
To Oro herself.
Yeah.
Have you ever communed with her?
Nope. This is my first time I'm acknowledging her as
A person.
yeah.
You're respectfully talking to her.
Well, my guy is still visibly irritated and upset, but is asking her directly, what about a direct conversation with us to her?
I nudge Arini.
Well, I have no doubt there is someone within the church who could complete such a task for you. Tasks such as those are highly strenuous, requiring gathering of materials, prep time. It would take a very long time to prepare, and financially can be quite expensive. The visions that we receive from her, and our communications from Oro, are tied to usually some form of dream state. We get them through the night, or when we ourselves try to commune, it is something very cryptic or vague that we are supposed to interpret as part of our scripture.
Well, you just said yourself you're not paying us, so I figure that might be payment in itself. Because if she is what you say, not herself, what better way to our party to be able to realize if that is true or not? Granted, we've never seen her before, but as I gesture to the table and look at everybody, I feel like we might be able to figure out if she naturally has changed or if there's maybe something different about them.
Yeah. Could there possibly be, maybe just a random question, followers of Saloon?
Oh,
And I gauge her reaction to that.
there are followers of other faiths who walk 10 towns as a whole. It is not a monopoly for Orville to take the faiths of others. Hence why places like the House of the Morning Lords, God of the Sun, exist.
But let's say in conjunction with you, you being Oral, is that a hindrance? Is that a help?
We try our best with the Church of Orville to keep our communications with other churches along 10 towns and the border of the spine of the world to be positive, if at least tolerable.
I gotta insight that. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Ah!
You are, again, she's being very transparent with what she's saying, trying to both convey trying to hold the church in a good name as she's talking to all of you.
Guys, I think this is good. I think we need to make moves.
Okay, fine. I have one question. If you do indeed help us, Atina, and I'm assuming you'll come with us to wherever we track him down to take him out. Is he aware of who you are and your squabble with him? Like you specifically?
Station.
He knows of the church and how the church feels about us. Whether or not he knows of our own personal opinions or that one of us is here is hard to say. But I can tell you, I know exactly where he is. I can feel his presence within this city.
Okay. Well, that being said, especially Ebrin here, he is more than aware of all of us, and I'm not entirely sure that any sort of guise we go to this cold storage as, if he's there, will be enough for him to believe that we're not there for anything else.
Well, I mean,
So,
if we're walking in there, we're getting them.
So, that being said, can you go in there and scout things out for us first?
For the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, just briefly, just to make sure that it's not an immediate trap.
Because you're not the only one that knows where he is, as I take a sip of my water.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because of Ebrin.
Guidance.
Yeah, big tune.
And I guide you.
Sounds good. That's a D4, right?
Yep. Oh, that's not bad though. That's not bad. I mean, that's
Could've been worse.
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been worse.
If I rolled, it would have been worse.
So you would like the person who was going to keep you alive to go in and potentially be killed first, which would prevent me from keeping you alive.
We're flanking you, like you're the you're the tip
we're
of
not
the
gonna
spear.
Yeah, you're not going to be sitting in there for much longer than just long enough to make sure that, nothing immediately goes south. If something happens to you, we will certainly jump in.
I'm taking the shot that he may have a magical ward or some kind of magical trap. I'm going to safely assume that you may or may not have access to counter or dispel said magical trap.
Yeah,
I'm just taking a shot in the dark.
You told us yourself that you were able to more than easily deflect what Ono did to you earlier.
I mean, it was a cantrip. I mean, it was,
that's the main reason I ask is if you can do that, who's to say that you couldn't do more and stop any sort of, magical or even physical attacks.
Yeah.
At least briefly.
And there's the fact that I still don't trust you.
Oh my golly, don't. I mean, she knows that. You don't have to say it to her face.
You don't need to trust me. I understand your speculation. If that is what it requires for you to complete this task, then sure.
Yes.
I will enter the cold storage facility first,
Give her the spear.
fully expecting you to join me within a minute or two's time.
Oh, literally flanking you, like we're shadows.
Like just by 10 feet behind you.
I mean, maybe a little bit closer.
If that is what it takes to get this completed.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd still like the meeting with your deity here. There's definitely questions, not only myself, but others would like to ask, but...
What, do you want to, ask if she prefers ale or wine? You're going to pull her into a bar? She's a freaking deity, Ebrin.
Right, and she just said she appears in her dreams, so I've spent quite a bit of time in that state, so there's things that I could ask her.
I mean, astral wine is delicious.
I can put in a word with people who have more power than I do and see what we can do. But I cannot promise it would be something for free.
Well, totally fair. Totally fair. Side question. If we do this and it turns out pretty cool, and let's say everything turns out sunny and really awesome on the end, do you have some kind of way to do maybe some healing magic on someone's mind or memory?
I myself do not, but there are
Okay.
people within my church who probably could.
I kind of side eye Ebrin without giving him a full look. Okay, just asking. Options.
And I think you could also put in the word taking care of your problem here that you guys have yet to take care of can be payment enough for her time. And I'm going to get up and be like, well, are we doing this, guys, or what?
I'm ready.
Yeah, you guys already know how I feel.
I think it's now or never. I think we melt this popsicle.
All right.
Chris? Arini?
Yeah, let's
I'm
do it.
in.
All right, so you're all gonna go and you're gonna go to the cold storage.
Well, oh no, do you want to double check that the missus here senses his presence in the cold storage?
I mean, wait, okay, so we have now just arrived here? Or are we approaching? Because I would have been before we were a block or two, I would have been we're on high alert, everybody's doing perception checks.
Yeah, I guess that's a good question. When you ask that, Ebrin, are you assuming you are still at the North Look or that you are on the way?
Still at the North Look.
There you go.
Thank Lob. Yeah, sorry, that I got sidetracked. What? I shuffling notes.
Would you like to ask our compatriot here if she still senses him at the cold storage or where he is now?
Oh my god. I mean, now this is so passive aggressive. Athena, I do apologize for wasting your time because you could clearly hear Ebrin. Do you sense him presently?
I do. And he is exactly where you think he is. Within that facility, about a 5-minute walk from here.
That arcane GPS is awesome. I love it. Okay.
I look forward to it being gone.
Oh, it's a nuisance. Side note, I have a quick note. Is it painful or more of an irritation? And then, is it, centrally located?
Is it itchy?
Ooh, yeah.
There would be a long pause.
I have notes out, and I'm there. You can clearly see me the effects of a connection spiritually through arcane means.
Itchy? Question mark.
I have
It
a
is a
blank but
nuisance.
excited stare.
It's a nuisance. Okay, fair. Is it more of like you feel it in your head, or is it like wherever you'd normally draw your power from? I know a lot of people draw it from their inner self, like it's an all-over body thing. I heard a couple of druids say it's from like their fingertips, originating from their like heart region. Is that like a thing about it? And I like natter on for like 5 minutes about this.
Just confused about inner self. What do you mean inner?
I feel it. I feel it in my heart.
Oh, okay.
Can we
All
please get a move on?
No, 100%, 100%. Okay. I shuffle my notes and I like put in my pack. All right, let's rock and roll. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
While we're walking, I'm gonna sharpen my short sword and my daggers.
I mean,
My
like
daggers, my daggers, the sheath that they're in, like naturally sharpens them as they go in and out. But I've got like a little tool in my thieves kit that I'm just kind of sharpening up the sword with.
your rasp.
Pretty much.
I'm definitely gonna make sure I'm behind her.
All right. And
Perception checks.
yeah,
Yes.
perception checks all around.
And I assume we are passing through the market or by the market,
There's a
or if we don't go by the market, that's fine. I just want to
Right.
confirm Torga is still there. If
so
not, that's fine.
the quickest way to get there. There's a side street before you get to the market square that they would turn down. It's mostly residential,
Okay. Yes.
and then yeah, that takes you almost directly to the cold storage.
So we
There's
skip.
another side street that you venture down. I would say Ono and Athros and yeah, you know what? Actually, everybody except Big Tune in this situation.
Oh, kitty.
You would see
Andorini.
so the side road. Oh yeah, sorry,
Ugh.
Andorini.
What are you doing, girl? What are you looking at?
We're just looking at each other like, hey, what's up?
Everybody.
She's still looking at the bongos and flute that you were too broke to get.
I was not broke to get it. Okay, first of all, that's not fair to say. All those tools are worth at best 50 gold in a full summation. And then the bongo, okay, I can assume if it was a magical bongo, totally a price hike. But that's not fair. That flute, that was a regular flute, man.
Those of you who can see, so Athros, Ono, and Ibrin would see, I mean, it's mostly residential. There's a couple people moving back and forth, but you would see that down this road that you're traveling right now is the library to Beefit and Mephit. With doors opening and closing as people are leaving. You see an elven woman kind of greeting people as they enter. And as you pass, you see there's a big, bright sign with, like, a book, like a book with some writing in a common that has written out to Beefit and Mephit on the side. You don't see anything out of the ordinary except for a set of footprints that seems to be heading the same direction that you all in fact are. You see a bit of snow beginning to fall as the sky itself is clouded over. There's snow beginning to fall. But you don't see Sephek in any way venturing through the alleys. There's no one waiting to shank you as you walk by. It's a pretty straightforward walk.
So I'm just so laser focused on the back of Atina's head,
I mean,
making sure she doesn't make any sort of false move.
DM, please give me the spelling, because I've spelled it like spina bifida and a biscuit and a gravy. How do you spell this library again?
God
All right.
bless you.
I'll just type it in general chat.
Okay, God bless you. Yeah, he was like spina bifida, and I was like, what? Oh, thank God. Bifida mephit. Oh my God. Okay, I thought that's what it sounded like. Okay,
As you
I love it.
arrive at
That's
the
so-
cold storage facility, you are now standing outside about 20 feet away.
I'm trying to silently, like, murmur to myself, like, now that I get it, like, love it. Okay.
It's Atina. I'd be like, I guess this is your cue then, huh?
Yep, we tip of the spear, just within extra double arms reach out of view. We're like falling right behind, just in case he's got some like ice ninjas. Hopefully he doesn't show. Wait, is the door open or closed?
It's true.
The door itself is closed.
Okay, I'm gonna like that bold motherfucker. Okay,
I'll walk up and open it for her and be like, well, after you.
I was gonna say, would my perception check still be active from when we were walking?
I would say up until you enter the building, it will be.
Okay. Well, then I do not know anything else about the building.
Arini, now is a great time if you want to pop off any like aid, if you feel so inclined to.
Or Bardic Inspiration.
I think if anything, it should go to Victum most likely first.
My aid is
I think
I can
it's
choose up to 3 creatures within range.
yeah.
All right.
So who should we put it on?
I think
So what does it do?
Victum for one.
Aid is
it
yeah, go for it.
Bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration.
25 temp.
Well, I'm thinking Victum, Aethros, and then oh no, if you want it, you can have it as well.
I mean, as much as I would like that, I think maybe I should, but yeah, I'll take it if you don't mind.
Yeah, you 3.
Okay, so going up 5 additional. Bloop. Put that in the temp slot. Wait,
Do I
no.
just roll for it then?
Yeah, do the d20 so that way it just uses the spell slot. I think for you, aid is a thing that you get as a what's it called? As a satyr, possibly.
It comes up as a 2nd level.
Yeah, I'm
So yeah,
not
that's
gonna worry
pretty
about it. I think it's a racial feature that you have access to. You get to use it like once per long rest or something.
I think so, yeah.
8 hours down there, yeah.
So yeah,
Because,
everyone can increase their HP by that amount. I believe it was 5.
Yeah.
And I also want to use my Eyes of Night to give everyone my dark vision, so it's dark vision out to 300 feet.
Oh,
So we
And-
get the entirety of this building.
I mean, I have
Basically, I had to remember
60-foot dark vision, but that's sick as all get out.
yeah.
It also doesn't specify like you've only seen gray, so it sounds like you've seen full color for the
Okay.
full 300 feet,
Because mine's grayscale, so.
Sick.
and it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
That's so sick, dude.
So unless there's magical darkness,
Dang, was not thinking about that, but that's besides the point. Okay,
This man.
so is there anything else anybody wants to do before you enter? I assume.
All right, thumbs up. Let's do this, Leroy Jenkins.
Pretty much. I have my great sword out, ready to go.
Nobody has to pee, right? Okay, let's go.
All right.
I'll have my short sword out, but it's kind of hidden behind my back.
Wait, real quick. On deck, as first instance, as soon as we see him, I'm casting Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. I have that as a ready to action.
Okay. So, Atina opens the door, going into the cold storage. You don't see any mist escaping from the cold storage as she makes her way inside. Who's going? Let's do an order. Who's going in? Who's going in what order?
I
was
think
going
we
after.
should
A fighter
So-
on either side, with me and Arini following either fighter.
Yeah, I would say I would probably be amongst the candidates going first there, so.
I would say Victum first, and then either Irene and oh no, then maybe myself, and then one of those two, and then Aethros in the back. Just because you have one of your spells is like ranged attack, so
I'm mostly close quarters. I want to be in the front.
Yeah, so
Aethros
it'd be
is going to be in the
Big
It'll
front.
probably be me, then Athros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're talking tip of the spear, it's Atina with Bictune and Athros following directly behind her on the left or the right, and then me behind Bictune, if that's okay with you, Arini, and Arini's behind Athros.
Okay, give me 1 second to set up my map.
I feel like I would be cover
And
for
then-
you, so yeah.
I mean,
So wait, am I
if
in the
God's
back then?
willing to
'Cause
give
if
it to
I'm in
me.
the back, I'm gonna
yes,
use
if
my,
you're in the back, stealth, please stealth. Because
So,
that's what
yeah.
I need you to do. That's what we need you to do. Is you
Yeah,
need to be invisible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess I would bring in the back. I'd keep. Do I do short sword or do I do both daggers?
Whatever is going to do the nastiest damage when
Yeah.
and hopefully you get a
Whatever
sneak
your
attack
choice
on him.
is, really.
Above table. DM, which one would get more damage? 2 daggers or
Oh,
just
you
one
should be able
short?
to see it inside your inventory.
Yeah, it should say.
I mean, if you do 2 daggers, you could do one as a standard action, one as a bonus action, since you don't have the extra attack action currently. Daggers do 1d4, short sword does 1d6. You can wield a short sword in one hand, you can wield a dagger in the other to do...
So if I did both daggers, does that remove my bonus action for disengage and all that?
If you attack with your second dagger, it would,
Yeah. But
because
if
it
you're
uses a
doing
bonus
short sword-
action.
If you're doing short sword and dagger and you crit, you could put that on your main hand and get a crit off of a d6. Just saying, if you're sneak attacking him with your short sword. Ideas, think about it.
I like
But
the
you need-
ability to be able to disengage, though.
Well, I mean, you still could. You don't have to attack with both daggers.
yeah, man, you do you. Do fucking
It would be your choice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd still keep my short sword then, and then I'll just roll a stealth check when we go in.
I'm standing up. I'm so excited.
Give me 1 second just to make sure I reset my fog of war.
Oh. We see the whole map.
One second.
Nothing.
So,
You're good, do your
you
thing.
all, as you enter the establishment, Atina, continuing to walk forward as you all begin to follow, she moves around the crates that Ebrin would recognize from last time that Sephek was standing on. As he's not standing on there, her vision is locked straight forward, almost like a magnet, finding her way through the facility.
While we're all together, I'm just gonna quickly say, guys, if things go south, I'm throwing my gunpowder against the door. One of you blow it up, and we're leaving.
Give me the gunpowder.
You already have your own gunpowder.
Anyway, give me your gunpowder.
I will give him. I will give him one of my gunpowders.
Okay. Ebrin, remove a gunpowder. Oh no, add 1 gunpowder.
Sweet.
So, going around these crates and barrels, you eventually find a long, not alleyway, but like a long opening leading to a very, very large crate sitting at the end of the complex. And there, sitting atop said crate, is Sephek Kaltro, feet kind of dangling down as he sees you all approach. His eyes lock with Atina, and then he looks to the rest of you.
I see him.
You would see him, oh no.
Okay, so I cast prestidigitation on his shirt, jerkin, however we are wording this, and I want to make sure I'm very clear about this, God. I am warming his jerkin 1 cubic foot of his clothing. It is a non-concentration spell that should last for an hour.
Okay. As you warm his jerkin, it does not have the same effect that it did on Atina. You feel that he is warm, but it does not seem to emanate any extra steam or anything like that.
That's fine. I just need to make sure you're warmed up and ready, Iceman.
Can I do my stealth roll?
Yes, you can. Go for it.
Yeah, at this point, if we're seeing him,
Oh wait! Oh damn it! You rolled fast. I was gonna say before he did that, can my prestidigitation act as his aid into giving him advantage for that? Because I would have tried to time it for that.
I will allow it. Roll it once more to see if
Please.
you do any
Not
better.
with.
No, just Christ.
It's fine. I'll look at the first roll.
Okay.
The first roll was a natural 1, so the 12 would be your go-to. As Ibrin feels as though he sneaks away from the party, finding an optimal position behind some crates out of sight. Sephek looks to you all. Why have you come here?
Well, remember how I told you, as long as you stay out of trouble, we won't run into each other again? It seems as though you've gotten yourself into some trouble. We intend to make you pay.
But how do you know it was me?
Oh, well, there's not a whole lot of people here that have the same eyes that you do, and also the same daggers that you do.
I mean, yeah, nobody literally apparates like ice daggers like you do. I mean,
Literally saw the same exact dagger that you pulled out on that kid, sticking out of a less than innocent man, but also not one that needed to die.
Also, it's sub 13 degrees in here, and you're chilling without a jacket.
That too. I literally say that too.
I like my cold temperatures.
Yeah, well, we're kind of getting tired of your cold attitude.
Ow.
You don't want to do this.
That's
but you
exactly what
so
we were gonna
do.
say to you.
And a team
What do you
would
want
look
us
him.
to? What do you want us to tell your boss?
How much we enjoyed it? Because we are.
So you guys are just straight up not trying to convince him to stop. Gotcha.
No, literally trying to distract him as much as possible for Ibrin to close the distance.
To do what he needs to do. Yeah.
Also, I am at this point, if he's not moving or motivating, I am holding an action. If he does initiate and come within distance of anyone in the party, I am casting a firebolt right at him.
Okay. Is anybody else preparing to do anything since we are talking about?
Well, knowing that he can, move without being seen or whatever you want to call it, effectively teleport, certainly gonna ready my greatsword for any moment in which he starts standing next to me.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is he?
Oh yeah, good question.
From Arini, he is 35 feet.
Oh, damn.
From Atina, he's 25.
Okay.
Where are these two on the map? Because I can't see them.
Exactly.
Where your icon is, that's where Sephek was.
Yeah,
John.
you are currently hidden. If you are sneaking, you wouldn't have exact sights on Sephek from where you are.
No. I'd basically ready my short sword in front of me and ready to disengage if he teleports on me or something.
As he stands up, materializes seemingly out of nowhere a long sword entirely made of ice. And he chuckles to himself. You ask me what I want to tell my boss. I think the question you should be asking is what should my last words be?
Yeah.
And we're probably going to end it there for tonight.
Ah!
I knew it was coming the whole time.
I knew it! I knew it! I have
I mean, we
arcane magic.
started almost an hour later.
Your persuasion check is probably gonna fail, Holmes.
Yeah, we went half an hour
Persuasion
later
check.
because we started late today, but I've been trying to keep it around about 3 hours.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing: is yes, we could make up that extra, I don't know, 20 minutes or so or whatever it was until we actually started. But
This fight.
yeah, being in the fight, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's not.
This is gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need a while.
Probably going to be
Oh,
most of the next session.
This will be over in 1 round.
Not saying
got this.
difficulty-wise. I'm just saying like combat itself takes a long time.
Well, yeah, the
especially in
fact,
Foundry.
that we break down every single molecule
Oh yeah.
of everything. I mean, it took John 4 minutes just to tell somebody something earlier.
I'm gonna put this on the book so it's in, so we have it.
Yeah.
on the
Well, we've
books.
had like actually
yeah.
4 or 5 days of game time so far.
Mm.
Yeah, I think your total time spent, like from start of everybody knowing each other to now, we're sitting at I think like 4, maybe 5 days.
Yeah, we're hedging on a week.
Yeah,
Yeah. Still barely know each other.
Yeah.
All right.
you're working on it. So the thing we need to discuss is next week. Is anybody going to be out?
It's probably not going to work well for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be away from computer.
I mean, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so that's why I wanted to ask. I think our next session will be on 12/4. Am I seeing that right on the calendar?
I believe you are.
Yep, that would be the next Sunday.
Which gives you 2 weeks to figure out what you're going to do about Sephek, and gives me 2 weeks to plan Sephek himself. Although I've been preparing this encounter since before we went on hiatus, so I'm very much prepared for this battle. Sephek has his own theme song, okay? It's not tied to him, but I have a theme for Sephek that I will reveal.
We're ready for your preparations.
So, quick 2 cents here then, since we're going to be back after Thanksgiving, which, sad note, I'm sad we're not going to play next week, guys, so there's that.
Is our monk going to be just randomly popping into this fight, or how are...
I want to see
how's that?
if he's good to play on 12/4. I'm going to find a way to work him in.
He's
we
going to
literally-
score something.
He's just like walking by and he sees like one of us walk in and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys?"
He's got something to store inside the cold storage. He's
Oh
like,
my God,
"Excuse me,
yes.
Excuse me, I need to put this down. Hang on.
Hey guys, I gotta put this down. Hey, wait, what's up, guys?
Wait a
I'll
minute,
see.
why
I'll
do
see
you
what
have
he
so-
wants to do. If he wants to join first with a combat session, or if he wants to wait 1 more week. Because
Ninja.
1 more week, this is your milestone. So we'll be thinking of level up for the next session. And all the fun stuff that gets tied to that I cannot wait for too. That I've also been planning since pre-hiatus. So
I can't wait to not understand what I'm going to be doing with my new levels.
I can't wait to get it more confusing.
If he joins and doesn't do the combat, he can meet us at the North Log. That way he can still be involved. So, like, if combat takes an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is, he can still be there. Like, I asked around and asked if they saw a 7-foot cat dude and a 6'2" elf guy, and they said, yeah, they were at the North Log.
right, we'll see what he wants to do. I'll ask him a bit, probably right after the holidays, and just see what's up. But it's gonna be fun, guys.
Hold on, I have to.
It's going to be something.
That's not. Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot of the map real quick so I can do studying.
Getting this chat down
Of
here.
course.
Because there will be tactical discussions in chat, guys. I'm sorry. This is gonna be worse than the ingot bars.
Aethros is going to use hammer to smash. That's about his strategy.
Yeah, me
I
go
would-
cut.
Yeah, I would not hope for anything less.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Well, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to muddle that, and
I'm
I will
humming.
see you all next week to continue to hopefully have the conclusion of the Sephek Kaltro arc. So
I am gonna melt this freaking snowman.
Me and him are going to be best friends.